So here we go, it's time for another league race. We're here for WOR, World Online Racing, and this is round 5, Zandvoort, Dutch Grand Prix. We are flying, we are cooking in both championships, guys. If you haven't seen the previous episode, go watch it on screen now. Spoiler warning ahead, this is your chance to click off the video. But yeah, we arrive here full of confidence, looking to do well once more. P4, last time out of Silverstone, brilliant racecraft, exceptional race pace. Let's run it back. Like, subscribe, and let's see what happens. I'm missing the next round, so this race is critical. Right, let's try and get a good first lap. So here we go then. Let's begin with qualifying, shall we? We had a decent bit of practice, and the pace wasn't looking too bad. I could have done with maybe one more qualifying practice session to really dial in the PB and get it right, but we're going to have to do what we can with what we have. Now then, I've been struggling with the first sector. So that's going to be the objective, to try and sort it out. That's not too bad for a banker. 24.1 flat first. I have done a 23, I think a 998 personal best in my last qualifying session before. Oh, look at why they had to delay picking up the throttle. Same there. Wide again. Now this lap has really unravelled in the second part, really, sector 2 especially now. Scruffy lap, this one. So this isn't going to be our best banker, to be honest, but still we'll try and get a time on the board, get a reference. Current fastest lap of 108.5, but of course times will drop and are currently tumbling as we speak. Avoid the pit entry line. Yeah, that was a scruffy lap. Didn't start too bad, but it kind of unravelled. Leroy straight to the top, you'd love to see it. Alright, come on then, let's sort it out. Let's try and get a good lap now. So my teammate, Leroy Brown, straight to business, P1, and he is currently the championship leader, so he's doing a good job. We're going to crack into our second lap now, though, looking to try and hopefully iron out some mistakes.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Now, we know there's a 10th in sector 1. I'm trying to get a better line here through the banking. I get low, but I don't really carry enough speed throughout the corner or the exit. I lost too much momentum there. We did gain a little bit on the entry, so we're going to be down just fractionally in sector 1. But sector 2 right now, this is where the bulk of the lap time loss is. So we get a bit of a snap on, we lose half a tenth through there, but this is where we ran deep last time and we pull that time back immediately. Leroy goes even quicker as we head through this long left-hander. We gain a little bit more on the exit. Of course, we ran wide there last time, and suddenly we're 2.5 tenths up. Supposedly purple in the middle as we make our way into the chicane. Also finding a bit more time through there, another 10th on top. So one corner to go, this one. Don't quite get the apex, but we get a decent enough exit. And now we're going to run up to the line, keep a low line through the banker to avoid porpoising. And now our first proper lap is going to be not bad. Not bad. Considering my first is almost 2 tenths off, that's not bad. I don't know who's on a lap here. So a decent lap time there, a 108.4. My personal best is a 0.3, so we're well on course. Now we've
only got 2 laps of fuel left.
We let Bogdan Moldovan go, who I believe was on a lap. Right, come on then. Let's try and sort it out. Sector 1 mainly, I'd like to find 2 tenths if possible, or a 10.5. As we get our lap started, of course, no slipstream, ghosting disables that feature, so we can basically just crack on with our lap as usual, no dirty air or anything to disrupt our flow. We don't have the best turn 1 though. I didn't quite get it right in terms of gearing and accelerating. Through turn 3 though, we go in super aggressive and we do find a decent bit of time through there. I thought Bogdan would have rolled out of his lap. I didn't think he'd be going for another one. In sector 1 then, we're going to do a 24.012, which is on the money. I just have to sort out turn 1 and we should be into the 23s in the first sector. But yeah, we do have Bogdan going for what seems to be another lap, so he's not backing out. So we've got that slight distraction all the way through, but you can see here we're a 10.5 up, so we're still finding a decent bit of time, and we've done a good job this lap of ironing out those errors as Leroy goes even quicker again into the 0.0s. We have a bit of a snap through the chicane here, which does cost time. Oh my god, I've lost so much time. What? Almost a 10th of a second, and we know there's a bit of time at turn 1 as well. We have a decent last corner there to claw back a little bit of time. We also find a bit through the banking. That was a decent recovery in the last corner, but oh, that should have been a 2. And a 2 would have been my personal best. Right, let's just go for broke. Already got a decent lap. So already sitting on essentially a PB, so we're going to try and sort out those errors. Beginning with turn 1, we throw the car in and brake at the 50-meter board. Third gear shifting to 4th on the way out. We do find a little bit of time, but not as much as we know there is. We know that we lost last run, so it's not really ideal. No, I wasn't the one. Understeered mid freaking banking. Yep, just bottomed out and washed up a bit high through turn 3, so our first sector isn't quicker, and that's where I thought the time was. So we're gonna have to really commit to find some time here. So into the fast rights, we now drop down the speed. Don't quite get the apex there, but I keep the corner speed high, and we actually gain a bit of time. Now this corner, I took a much tighter line, especially on the exit, and we basically pulled back all of our lap time difference. So suddenly, we're looking at our purple middle, and we're flying again. Into the chicane, we correct the mistake from the last run, and suddenly now we are over a 10th up. We actually went even faster. We also really commit through the last 2 corners, and we're going to do a good job here of finding time. We actually porpoise a little bit and lose 300ths through the banker. Over the line we go. It's a 108.2, but that could have quite easily been a 0.1, possibly even a low 1 or a high 0. Lads, I think I got the qualifying down.
Tom,
I've got it sorted out.
Honestly, if you didn't drive the first half of that lap at Muppet, you actually could have been P2.
Yeah, I think it's spot on. Now that's Will G, the engineer, Will Lewis, who is a Williams esports driver. He'll be present in the race. Now qualifying, Leroy's on pole, and to be fair, I do not think P2 was out of the question. I really think it was there, and if not P2, P4 was right there. If we just ironed out, sector 1, turn 3, and also we lost P4 in the last corner on the banking alone. So yeah, great qualifying, and I can definitely say now with some certainty that we've improved in qualifying. P3 Vegas, P6 today, P9 a few rounds back as well. We're finding some form, and I'm definitely happy with our pace and performance in qualifying, and it's not really a hindrance anymore. So yeah, qualifying done. We're now going to get to the race, and we're going to see exactly what happens. But first off, a little bit of strategy talk from the engineer.
Basically, hard medium. Not many people will start on the medium, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. And we're going to pit a lap or 2 early, just to keep track position. And then, if all goes to plan, we all should be quite high and be able to work with each other. Just take it into account, medium soft does work. The only way you lot are going to pull it off, but the thing is, at the end, when you've got to get through the field, not all of you are going to get back through. Because by the time you catch up on the softs, they're not that much better.
That's what
I mean, it's optimal on time, but that's in clean air.
Right, here we go then. Lights on for the Dutch Grand Prix. We're going to start on hards along with French or Antoine behind us. As we go lights out and away we go. We've got a mixture of tyres and strategies as we get started. Not a bad start on the hards down towards turn 1. Only thing is on hards we don't want to crash, and that's very important because we'll be in trouble then in terms of our race strategy if that's the case. We keep it tidy, still P7 as there's battling behind out turn 3. Oh, rip, Antoine's gone. And we lose the McLaren, unfortunately. Unlucky. Either way, we're going to crack on. We've got Daniel behind on soft, so likely he'll probably get through and bog down behind on mediums. I did a test race, bit of practice, and the hard really struggled for the first 5 laps to really have any sort of pace versus mediums and soft, so we're going to have to really dig in here to stick with these guys. Now, so far, so good. End of lap 2, we're still P7. However, Exafox has worked his way up on that soft tyre, and realistically, he's faster, so I'm not really going to fight too hard. It's going to be a while yet until there's a bit of a crossover and our hard tyres start to work. For now, those on softs are going to have the pace. I tried to fight it, but there was no use. Let him go. Let him go for now. How long do softs last, or how long are they good for?
I'll find out for you. 2 seconds.
So we'll see what the data is on that. We've got Julian and Tim Tornamo behind, also queuing up. So they're queuing up behind me. So yeah, it's going to be interesting here to see how we manage this phase of the race. We've got a few medium runners up ahead, but a good chunk of cars have actually opted for softs for the race start here. Oh crap. And eventually we'll wave the white flag as Tim also gets the move.
They'll be equal around lap 7 or 8.
Okay. What about mediums?
Mediums are just a better tyre throughout. When you have a delta to the softs at the end, you'll be so much quicker.
So you can see what we're waiting for here, approximately lap 7 or 8 before we start really getting the hammer down and making progress. Lewis Welch pushing the pace up front as there's some battling here between Exafox and Mark Schluter. Those softs eventually will start to just fade away a little bit and we should get the upper hand, but for now, the good thing is we've settled into this race. Our pace is now decent and the medium runners are not really a threat and we can hold our own in P10 in the points. Okay, this is good now. We can settle into the race. Our softs starting to struggle.
They should be. I know. Our main priority here is going to be waiting for when they pit. They should be 75% around lap 13, 14.
Do you reckon I should go for a move and try and get past a few?
I don't think it's worth wasting the battery and losing the time because you need to keep DRS to this train.
Okay.
For when these guys pit.
So that's the plan of attack. I'll only make a move if someone makes a mistake or makes it, really obvious that they're struggling. And that was kind of the case here, lap 11. I felt like Tim was struggling a little bit and I wanted to have a look to get through as Boba retires from the race. Ah, crap, didn't get the exit there. Now, I'm trying to make this move under the pretense of I don't want to use battery. So if I can get a clean move, and use minimal battery, that's going to be ideal because we're going to need the full charge when the cars start to pit and the field starts to spread. We need to be quick and ready to go for the overcut. Is there any reason for the soft runners to pit if they're still in the train?
When we did the tyre run, we only made it to 13. So, before 75%. So.
Okay. If they're full soft through the tyre, well, that's fair enough. Because otherwise, I'm just thinking of passing because they've got no reason to box.
Just to let you know, by the way, P6 is the medium runner, and you're actually within DRS of him right now, so you might not have to dump that much when they do pit.
So it seems like this is the cutoff for softs, and Tim Pitt's kind of confirming that's kind of it for those tyres. Right, one down. But a few others did actually stay out, so Hexafox, Julian, up ahead, all still... Man, no one wants to let me go or have a look there today. That was a squeeze. That was a squeeze to hold my breath there for a second. I thought that was going to end in tears, but luckily we're still in one piece and we got out of it just in time.
I'm actually quite like an opposition here. Like, as long as we can make the moves in the second stint.
Who's on hards? Me, Leroy?
I'm on
Leroy's not on hards.
So it's only me?
Yeah, you're on your ones, but they're going to battle late on and you're going to have really good tyres, so I actually think this is really good.
Oh, fair enough. I thought there was more hard runners ahead of me, so I've done more to hang on.
Overcut works quite well here, so you should be actually alright.
How's Julian gone 15? How's that happened?
It's got better tyre wear than us.
Now, if you remember to the beginning of the race when I showed you the strategy talk from Will, we're right on course to deliver, and we're looking really good. I didn't even realise I was actually the only car on hards in this train. Oh my god. However, Mark is starting to lag, and he's had this before in the past, and it's causing a bit of chaos. We're now inside him at times, and one, it's distracting. Two, if he goes solid, and then there's a brake check or something like that, that could potentially end in tears. So this is a very delicate phase, and we're going to probably have to burn the battery to just clear him. Oh my god, I don't like this. Otherwise, we're going to be in a sticky situation. Julian's got through. Still running on those softs, by the way, which is 3 laps beyond what Will recommended. Again, maybe the new patch tweaked tyre wear levels, but that's an esports guy talking, so that's very interesting, and he's still staying out again. Right, how's Julian doing this then?
Why? How is he still going, bro? He's the only one still going on this strat.
Anyway, we're going to go up the inside of Mark and get through because also we've got the better tyres at this stage, and that lag is a bit distracting. But Julian's still staying out and still going long. Everybody else has boxed off the soft tyres. He's the only one remaining. Right, how's Julian going to do half a race on softs? Something is off in the matrix here. Surely he'll be in this lap. Yes, he is. What's the pit speed? 60?
60.
Okay.
Everyone in that train is going to go softs now, pretty much now.
Yeah, I would put this lap as the top.
Do you think we switch to hard soft?
Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Now, at this point, we're just wondering if a strategy change could be in order for, like, the medium's the best race tyre, right?
It is the best race tyre, but it's whether you're going to have the offset now to actually pass the softs.
Oh, wow, they're going early. I'm staying out.
We're probably going to do one more.
I think we go softs, Tom, at this point. I think we're too late into the race.
I'm leaning towards that, yeah. I'll save my battery for the rest of the lap. I won't use it now. So here we go. Leroy pits from the lead. Obviously we can't stack, so we're going to go for a long overcut and we're going to push. I've got a full charge essentially to deploy almost, and we're going to use all of it. Now, By the time we finished the lap, I was on for a personal best. 2 PB sectors, very, very good in lap here. Had some pace left in the tyres, and we're going to box. And the good thing is we're going to have the freshest softs out of anybody. We also nailed the pit entry there. That was a great pit entry. Just about getting the 60 slowdown in time. We're now going to box. We're going to get this turned over. Also 2.2 right on the money. Hang about. This could be close. Oh my god, it's going to be really close.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
And we're racing at pit exit. We're throwing it out of the pit exit here. And we're going to rejoin, though, just behind Mark Schluser. So we're P13. So we have lost a fair bit of ground. Obviously, there's a mixture of strategies. If you look at the minimap, the 2 groups of cars ahead, I believe, are all on medium tyres or hards, who, of course, started on softs. It's going to be an interesting end to the race, this. So if we all work together in this train of soft runners, we should all catch back up and we should hopefully get to the front and basically resume the order. Now, I've got an okay bit of charge, but the focus now is to get a bit more on the side. However, Matex and Mark have some contact. You can see there, Mark's got a damaged wing on the right side. We go around the outside here. Just got run out of road. I was completely alongside. And that just was really annoying because, you know, seeing he had damage, okay, I can understand maybe he understeered, but I feel like I got run out of road there. Anyway, I'm now a bit ticked off from that, so I'm going straight into aggression mode here, looking to get back past because Thomas Lang got through. Now, I'm currently under investigation for this move, and it looks a lot worse from his POV. We go through, contact, but through. Contact, I mean, there's no more space, I'm on the inside. We're not going to catch the D group at this rate. Everyone's battling so much. Now, you can be the judge from both POVs. Either way, there's no verdict on that as of yet. This is going to ruin our race. We're not going to catch with this.
He's just... Oh, I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, I should have gone for medium, man. That was the right play. That would have been perfect. Looking at all this.
Yeah, if you'd gone
Yeah, I think if we went 20, it would have been quite nice.
I got damage. Oh, I'm not sure I did, but... should have attended on me that.
Yeah, you got light damage.
This race is down the toilet. Unbelievable.
Louis really going to have to force the issue.
Now, a lot's happened. We've now got damage. You can give me your thoughts in the comments. I thought that was a bit of a 50-50. I thought the move was on. I was running a little bit wide, but Mark also turned in early. Racing incident possibly, but we are having issues with a slight bit of damage. Now, Lewis Welch is going to hopefully pull us along in the McLaren. What? There's some battling ahead, but if he can get to the front, he's got good pace to pull us along. You can see he's just in front there, a few places in front. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get past Matex, using a lot of battery and real estate, but I am just lacking that little inch of downforce on the front end. What is going on here, bruv?
Oh, he just got both.
This train now goes up to P5.
So right now, you can hear the current status, battling for P5, and Lewis is hopefully going to pull us along. He's about to make the move to drag us. I'm trying everything, man. Once he gets through in the McLaren, he can pull us along. He's got great pace. We may even still catch the leaders because there's still 6 laps to go. But at this point, we are entering the crossover phase on tyres, albeit I have the freshest softs of the entire field. Now, I'm still trying to get past Matex. I throw the little feint and the dummy. He instead goes for the move on Ivan Santamaria. And it's game on now. They're side by side here. We're going to get underneath on the inside, but I don't quite have the momentum. I used the battery though, and I've got lots saved up. We're going to get down the inside, but I can't quite outbrake him. He runs it in a bit deep, so we go the long way round at the hairpin here. Oh my god, man, I just can't get through. But I'm just lacking that little bit of front wing downforce, that edge to make, you know, moves around the outside and have that confidence in the car to make it stick. Now, this time I'm going to keep the battery on all the way. He's been derating at the end of the straights, and we're going to go down the inside again here. Just like with Thomas Lang, we get a clean move and we get the traction. Finally. So we get a move done, and we're now P11. Ivan Santamaria next up in the other Ferrari team, Tornamo, on those old mediums also just in front. Little double here wouldn't be a bad thing.
Well, so you're going to use all the battery to defend from me, but not go for the overtake. What are you doing?
We're going to go to the outside as Leroy gets frustrated with Bogdan Moldovan. We're going to go the long way round here. I'm there, bruv. I'm there. And that's just a blatant squeeze. I mean, I was completely alongside.
Yeah, that's a blatant push off that.
I'm glad I didn't get a warning, but that's ridiculous, man.
That's actually outrageous.
Mate, come on. And I mean, this is just really on the limit. It really, really is. And we're going to lose DRS here as well. I'm going to have to use everything to get past these two, and then I'm going to have nothing to get back with. I can see it already. I read it like a book.
Louis going to catch leaders.
Hope he does. And that's a good thing. If Lewis does catch, it could be game on, because we could all fight at the end. Now, Ivan's got through on Tim, and I'm just going to waste no time here. I'm just going to get really aggressive to try and get past, because we're wasting valuable time and positions. We get past him, and now Ivan ahead. Oh, I'll get him now. He hasn't got DRS. Santa Maria hasn't got DRS this time. That's absolutely crucial, because we can get this pass and there won't be any dirty shenanigans. He holds the inside, we just go to the left side, we burn all the battery, but now we have to try and cut into that gap ahead and get back within DRS. 1.7 with a damaged wing. I wonder if I can get a fastest lap. Nope, never mind. That's why I used the battery there, to see if I could nick an extra point. Now if you look at the minimap, you can actually see the lead group is just there. 2 laps to go, but our tyres are just starting to go a little bit. We start to put the moves on Bogdan here. I'm putting the pressure on. I feel quick. I've got the fresher tyres, and the damage is not an issue. We're still able to make moves. Now here, we're going to get stuck in. We've got a full charge, and I'm going to go for it. You don't need a full charge for the last lap. Bogdan leaves the space. We go around the outside, and unlike with Matex, this time we get the move done, and that is the move of the race right there. Quality overtake. Credit to Bogdan for leaving the space, and we're up to P8 behind Leroy. And also you can see Lucas Beisner as Lewis breaks a little gap in front. Now we cut to the last lap, and I was trying to close in on these guys. I was going to try and go for a move on Leroy here, because he's got a decent lead in the championship, so I need the points, but Leroy broke fairly late. I tried to set up a bit of a switchback here, but I'm just lacking a little bit of downforce on that right side to make those left-handers work. So yeah, unfortunately we had to just wave a white flag, and that is going to be, unfortunately, our race. No pens?
No pens.
Yes, guys, yes! Come on, boys!
What was the point of that then? You defended and used battery for no fucking reason.
It was well driven, Tom. I should have been more firm on just sticking to hard medium. It's my bad. But
Yeah, I honestly didn't even clock. I just lost my head a bit.
it's a shame, because if we stuck with hard medium, I feel like we actually could have had a really good race.
Yep, I think so as well.
Yeah.
We just ended up complicating it.
With Julian.
So there we go, that is it for the race. I am really annoyed, I'm gutted, because the race pace was unbelievable again. The only person to start on hards, and we made it work. And then we had the choice, and it was the wrong one. Obviously, I never could have seen that level of battling on the softs happening. That was a bit, against the script. But with that in mind, based off that battling, the ideal strategy would have been going for mediums around lap 19, and that would have got us in the fight for the win. It's resisting us, but I feel like I'm close. Anyway, we're missing the next race. On screen in the meantime, you've had the race results and also the standings, which we might lose a few positions, but in the constructors we're still, consolidated with our championship lead. But yeah, not much to rave about in that one. Hopefully, maybe there's a post-race penalty or two, we might gain a place or something, but P8 for us, not ideal. Could have had so much more. Anyway guys, just watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. As always, a big shout out to the members, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Until then, take care, and just goodbye from me.